Today's our topic is endurance. In this topic we will discuss about definition of endurance, type and method to develop endurance. There are three methods to develop endurance like continuous training method, interval training method and fartlek training method. So student, first of all we will start with the definition of endurance. So what is endurance? Endurance is the ability to sustain an activity. It is also defined as the ability to resist fatigue. In all sports, endurance is of high importance, measured by the number of repetitions. So students, endurance is the ability to sustain the necessary activity for a specific competitive sports. In other words, endurance is the ability to do work for the for long time without getting fatigue. Without getting fatigue. Dr. Hardyal Singh defined endurance is the result of physiological capacity of an individual to sustain movement over a period of time. So these are the definition of endurance. Now there are two type of endurance. Type of endurance according to the nature of activity. There are basic, general and specific endurance. Type of endurance according to the duration of activity. These are speed endurance, short term endurance, middle term endurance and long term endurance. Now there are There are basic two type of endurance in our topic. First is short term endurance, that is anaerobic or muscular endurance, and long term endurance, that is sorry short term endurance, anaerobic endurance, and long term endurance or aerobic endurance. In short term or anaerobic or muscular endurance is also known as muscular endurance. It is indirectly developed strength and speed. It required for almost all the games. In short-term endurance, it is needed in games where the movement is only for a short duration or and the intensity is very fast. In short-term endurance, like for example, if we take participate in 100-meter event, in this type of activity or competition, we need a anaerobic endurance, where anaerobic mean in the absence of air, where there is a limited supply of oxygen to our body and limited supply of oxygen to the working part of our body. So in anaerobic endurance, if a person have anaerobic endurance, they can perform better in any activity with a little amount of oxygen. So second type of endurance is long term of aerobic endurance. Aerobic endurance is a totally opposite to anaerobic endurance. It is also called cardiovascular endurance. This type of endurance is required in those activities where the movement for the long duration and the intensity is slow. In short term endurance, intensity is high, but in long term endurance, intensity is slow. In cardiovascular endurance, the cardiorespiratory system has to supply the blood and the oxygen to the working muscle. It is a combination of circulatory with respiratory system which provide continuous energy for workout. It is required for the long duration races, road races like cross country, marathon, football and road cycling, etc. In aerobic aerobic endurance, which we perform an activity in the presence of air. So when we proper amount of oxygen or air we take, we perform well in any activity. Now students, there are three methods to develop endurance. Continuous method, continuous method is further divided into two methods, that is slow continuous and fast continuous, interval training method and fartlek training method. First, I will explain you continuous training method. In continuous training method, exercise is done for a long duration without taking rest. Like continuous, we perform continuously any activity without taking any rest. Intensity of exercise is low, where the speed is kept low. The heart rate during the exercise for a sports person remain between approximately 150 to 160 beat per minute. For continuous method, the heart rate is increased up to 175 to 180 beat per minute. In continuous training method, exercise are done for a longer time without any interval. There is a no recovery pause in between the exercise. We do not take any rest in between the exercise. We can continuously perform the activity. This method develop various factors of aerobic capacity. Through continuous method, which capacity is developed, that is aerobic capacity. Aerobic capacity is in the presence of, in the absence of air, in the presence of air. There are two method of continuous training method. First is slow continuous and second is fast continuous. In slow continuous training method, the aerobic endurance is developed. Which type of endurance is developed in slow continuous method, that is aerobic endurance. It is increase the maximum volume of oxygen and blood capillaries. Slow pace method, when used for a long duration, improve the basic endurance of individual. Slow continuous method help to improve the basic endurance of a person, of athlete or any individual. There should be a heart rate in between 140 to 160 beat per minute, and the duration of exercise is 2 hours and cover the distance 15 to 30 kilometer or more, and the speed of workout is 50 to 70%. Now fast continuous method. In this method, more suitable for improving of volume of oxygen is maximum, and the ability to work at level near to volume of oxygen is maximum for long duration. This method is used by sprinter, middle distance runner. Fast continuous training method used by sprinter and middle distance runner. For example, the person who perform 100 meter, 200 meter or take participate in 400 meter. The heart rate should be between 160 to 180 beat per minute, and the duration of the exercise is 10 to 30 minutes, and the distance covered by an athlete is 3 to 5 kilometer, and speed of workout is 70 to 90%. Now students, the second method is interval training method. Interval training method is firstly introduced by Waldmer and Gruschler, and again modified by Rundle. This method was very effective for developing endurance for track runners. Track runners are those runners which are perform the exercise in track like 200 meter, 400 meter, 100 meter, 4 into 400 meter. These all races are track races. Interval are giving to athlete in between the repetition for complete recovery. We need a recovery, but active recovery. We for example, if we cover a 400 meter distance, first we start with the 100 meter with jogging or walking, then second 100 meter with full sprint, third 100 meter with again start jogging, that called active rest. We can take active rest in between the repetition. First 100 meter start with jogging. Second 100 meter cover with full sprint. Third 100 meter we can take recovery for and start jogging. And 400 meter again start with a complete sprint. Recovery time vary from person to person. Recovery time vary from person to person. Heart rate should go up to 180 beat per minute, and when the heart comes down to 120 to 130 beat per minute, again the repetition or work start. In interval training method, activity start with the active rest, then activity, work, rest, work, rest, work. Recovery mean rest, activity mean we perform any activity or any work. So the third method is to develop endurance is fartlek training method. Fartlek is a Swedish word which mean speed play. In fartlek training method, athlete play with speed. This method was introduced by O. Ostrad and Gustav Holmer. O. Ostrand and Gustav Holmer. Athlete plan his own pace. While performing fartlek training method, athlete plan his own pace. For some time, they perform sprint. For some time, they perform jogging or perform some moving activity. The heart rate vary between 140 to 180 minute, 80 beat per minute. Duration of training depend upon the athlete, but minimum 45 minute. Time duration depend upon the athlete, but not less than 45 minutes. It can vary from aerobic walking or anaerobic sprinting. Warm up in the beginning and cool down at the end. From sorry, in the beginning we perform some warm up activity so that the temperature of our body get raised, and after completion of fartlek training method we use cool down so that the raising temperature get lower. Involve varying pace through run, alternate between fast and slow pace. So fartlek training method, we perform fartlek training method in natural environment where sometime we use hilly path, sometime decline, sometime muddy areas, sometime some water bedding are here. So there are many obstacles in between the path, but we can follow this path or natural track. So there are some advantages of continuous method, interval and fartlek training method. Include continuous training method increases glycogen in muscle and liver. Continuous training method increase the number of size of mitochondria, increases the efficiency of heart and lungs. Intensity can be increased for better result. Now interval training method, more workout can be performed in short duration, more beneficial for respiratory or circulatory system. Progress of athlete can be measured easily. Athlete achieves peak performance in short period. Improve cardiovascular. Now fartlek training method improve cardiovascular fitness, good for aerobic and anaerobic fitness, makes the body versatile. Number of athletes can take part simultaneously. So student, these are some advantages of continuous interval and fartlek training method. I hope you will understand the topic. If you have any doubt, so message me or call me. Thank you.